I think what makes PPS very special is, first of all, just the passionate people in the team. As far as financial services companies go, it's perhaps a bit smaller than some of the bigger competitors. We've got a total staff complement of about 1,400, and that is quite nice. We would like to keep it as I often like to refer to it, a 75-year-old startup. Every leader is as good as his or her team, and I can honestly say I stand on the shoulders of giants, very, very passionate people from a staff perspective, but then of course our members as well. At PPS we've got about 250,000 members. It's a very special group. It's to some extent, I guess, a bit of a club, about 1.6% of the population that qualifies. And yeah, it's people that's usually quite serious about their professions. It's lovely people to work with. So yeah, so that is quite special. I think the first thing that makes it quite different is the fact that PPS is a mutual. Now what that means is that we are not owned by other shareholders. We are owned by our policyholders. So our ultimate board, where the buck stops, if I can call it that, the Holdings Trust, is made up of our members. So I think from a CEO perspective, I guess there's one less stakeholder to worry about. There's this hungry shareholder that you have to feed with dividends. In fact, all the profits that PPS makes eventually gets distributed back to its members, and that is a very, very valuable value proposition to our members. I think the other thing that perhaps makes it a little bit different is the fact that as I've already said, a little bit smaller. I think staff here much more empowered. It's easier to do things, much more nimble, easier for us to respond to challenges. And maybe a third thing that just makes it different is back to our members, the difference that we can make in the lives of our members. And we see it as more as just distributing products and all the risk and investment solutions that we offer. I think we would like to think that we can have even a bigger impact in our members' lives and help them to make better decisions. So better financial planning, just better risk management, and basically allowing them to kind of live the lives that they want to live. I think there are two things that really is going to change distribution. I think the first one, the fact that with the technology already available today and the whole digital impact, information is available. People can do certain things themselves. In fact, people expect to do certain things themselves. And I think from a distribution perspective, if a financial advisor don't operate at a more generic level, in other words, doing real risk planning, real retirement planning, managing the emotions even of clients. If it's only a post box, if it's only like conveying information and filling in forms, then you have to carefully think about your value proposition again. I think what technology is going to do is it's going to lift the game. So there will always be a very big need for face-to-face advice. That's never going to disappear. But what I believe what we see in the industry is the fact that people want more generic, higher level of advice. The product stuff, the easy stuff in logging a claim or getting more information about a product, to a large extent they can do it themselves. And then of course the other thing, robo-advice, that's a big buzzword out there. I think that is certainly something that is going to impact the industry to some extent. Even on the advice side, not even the product side, but on the advice side, technology enables certain things that wasn't able before. And I think what is important is one should acknowledge that this is coming and one should position yourself for it. From an advisor perspective, PPS really focus on a very particular market segment, and if you as an advisor, if you play in that segment, then PPS makes a lot of sense. I think our value proposition to our members is just so powerful. The fact that all the profit, all the margin that we eventually make, eventually goes back to our members. There isn't leakage out to a shareholder. It is a very, very important value proposition. I think as an advisor, if you do have clients that qualify, I think it's just a great service that you can offer them to expose them to PPS. And then just perhaps also, PPS, 75 years old. What's very interesting is that our core products is still very much the same as it was originally 75 years ago. Why? Because it just addressed a very, very important market need out there. It really is a product that's very suitable for professionals. It protects them. It is a great product, and I think, again, back to an advisor, it's the kind of thing that you want to offer your clients. As far as advisors are concerned, I think the first thing, maybe two things. The one thing is there's a lot of scaremongering going around, but I think, and voices that say that advisors might be disintermediated in future. I don't think so. I think face-to-face advice is always going to be with us. It is almost like the ultimate distribution channel. Important thing is just, where do you position yourself? Is it only about selling products, or do you operate really at the advice level? Then I think the other message is just, understand what is coming, understand regulation, understand the opportunities that it presents, understand technology, and once again, understand the opportunities that it presents. One can see these things as either a threat or an opportunity. I think one rather want to see it as an opportunity. And at PPS, we like to work with our advisors about the things that's coming and helping them to position themselves really for these things to become enablers, an opportunity for them to become even better advisors and to manage their businesses better.